Dr. V. Anbara Basu, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SRM Institute of Technology, Chennai, Kathankur campus, actually, Chennai. So, basically, sir have a very good idea about the research, and his sir is explaining the research article that how to write the research. So, here we invite to sir. Over to sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So, wonderful morning to all. So, I am Dr. V. Anbarasu. Thanks for this great introduction to me. I'm Dr. V. Anbarasu. I'm working as an Associate Professor in CSE Department, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Kathankur campus in Chennai, near Chennai. So, I would like to thank each and everyone, particularly your HOD CSE, for this great opportunity to share my experience, right? So because I believe in knowledge sharing, right? So whatever we have learned, that should be shared. So that is the only thing we can enable everyone to be equipped with knowledge. So whatever I have learned, it's a small part. Like I'm sharing my experience from whatever I've learned from my professor. That is what. Still, I am also like you. I am also a learner, right? Because the topic that we have taken today, first initially, when you people were asking about the topic, right? So I was thinking, right, whether to do something about deep learning or any other topic relevant to that. But when I was thinking about, right, what else I can do in deep learning, everything is there in net resources, right? Everything is available in the net resources. So I thought of why can't we share something relevant to research? Because uh, if you ask many people who all are doing research or people are thinking about doing research, they do not know where to start, how to start, and still, again, it is like a ocean. Like we all jumped into ocean as an educator or a facilitator or faculty, whatever. We all just jumped into the ocean, and it's like we just take out from the ocean sometimes different things right out of it. It's not that everything, right? So what I felt that time, right? So instead of doing some technical content, maybe technical content also we can do it later if any chances available. I thought of sharing few things uh, in this particular research topic. But how far this 1 hour will allow me to do this? That is also a very biggest question mark here. It's not so easy that I can cover everything at once. It's impossible, right? Even if I take a technical content, we can show some problems or we can show some derivations and we can show you some solution, some laboratory thing that we can wind up. But it's not something like we can wind up quickly because as I said, it is a ocean. It's a very big ocean. Is everything we can do it for a separate workshop. So that is what I've seen. So suddenly something strike my mind. Okay, so uh, like as people who all are doing, no, like what people know about algorithms or in DBMS, like we have a create, a select, or delete or drop, something like we have some steps, right? We do it. So I thought of okay, we'll have some journey. It's not that a big journey, right? Starting from Trivandrum or Kanyakumari till Kashmir. It's not like 2 days, 3 days journey. It's like 1 hour journey. So I thought, okay, we'll have one journey, 1 hour journey with in between some stations which come in between. We'll discuss only those stations, right? As a guide, as a tourist guide, I'll be making you to travel within this stipulated time from station 1, station 2, 3, and 4, maybe the destination for today's agenda. That is what. So that is what I have planned here today. So that is what it's a journey from good idea to a great research article. So how do you make that great research article? It's all in our hand. So first thing, right? So when you start boarding it, right before you start travel, when you start at station one, so that is about the idea. First thing is idea, or it may be a thinking state, right? So here, first thing, right? So you can think on anything which can be a problem, and where you can find a solution for that. You may have alternate solutions also, but how far this is interesting, that is what. Say if for instance, if you take, say, the ideas or anything that you start thinking, right, it's all uh, from your it's all from yourself. It should happen within yourself. The only mind, right, what I say is the only mind is your initiation, ignition, right? It's only starts your idea. So nowhere you cannot, even for copy pasting something or understanding from something, also needs your idea. So once you have some idea or get some idea, how do you start it, right? How do you start it? And how far it is interesting. First thing, how far it is interesting, or it is valuable, your ideas. Because say if I start thinking, right, say yesterday I was having one mobile phone, and due to some scratch or some damage, I thrown something and I bought today. And similarly, just think of, right, how many people will throw the old mobile phones and started taking new one. What about that old one? So that is what e-wastage, as you all know. So similar. So what is that solution for e-wastage? So the problem statements, it's all within you, or it is all within your surroundings. Maybe you will find some problems in kitchen also. Even your mom is cooking daily, you can find some solution, and you are paying some bill, right? You are reading some meter from electricity, and you are traveling from one place to another place, and you are sending some mail, sending some data. How far it is secure? So there are a lot of things or ideas you can get it from yourself or within your surroundings. It's very important. Then think about validating your idea, how far it is interesting. So how do you do that? So for that, once, say if today, if I think about the idea, right, right, if I think I make some sense. So anything or anything, you can interrupt me and you can ask me, no issues. But as it is live, uh, anything from the panel members, you can interrupt me, no issues. So how far it is uh, uh, good, how far it is interesting, how far. So to validate this, because say if I think, say for instance, to think, say, yeah, every day I'm using lot of cards. It may be a ATM card, debit card, credit cards, or identity cards, or consumer supply card, or a voter ID, or your company ID, or a college identification card, or Aadhaar, or so there are a lot of cards. So instead, why can't I go for something which is the society beneficial thing, where I can have only one card? If any citizen born in India will be given only one card, and that card should be updated then and then for anything. If I go for any organization, so I add some employee ID, and everything should be there, the working date, and it should be validated. And if I go and use it in consumer supply, I should be able to use it. So maybe a small idea, right? So where we are trying to combine everything into a single card. So one India, one man, one card, maybe a concept here. So No need to go for multiple cards and remembering PIN numbers and the validity and renewing the card and doing so many things. It's all so hectic. So that is what I'm facing every day. Even I was telling this problem statement to my even my uh, project people also. They tried something, but still it isn't a very important thing where people can work on it. Right? So how this is possible? So now to start proceeding, whether my idea is already existing or it is somewhere it is available. That is the reason why Aadhaar card came up, right? Aadhaar card they started, but still there are a lot of issues, right? Still I am using three debit cards and two ID cards and one consumer card and one Aadhaar card and one identity card and so many things. I'm using it. Still, it is so burden for me to doing all this, right? Or else the idea may be improvising. The idea may be improvising. That is what I'm trying to say here. I think you people are able to understand what I'm saying. If I think about this, and if I'm trying, I want to validate whether my idea. So just want to check whether it is existing. So whether my idea is new one, completely new, or it is already somewhere it is available. If it is somewhere available, how far it is my idea is having novelty, the new content in that. So that I want to check it. If there is a novelty, so one thing, if there is a novelty, I can go for IPR. IPR is a separate thing. That is a intellectual property rights, right? So where I can register my idea. So this is my idea. This is what I'm trying to claim. I just put my patent. So that is a separate topic. I can do 2 or 3 days workshop on a patent also. That is separate. But how do I secure? That is very important, right? Research. You keep on searching it, and somewhere you will find. Today you have this idea, it's completely new, and tomorrow you will find something content related to that, some content relevant to that, and after 2 or 3 months you will find some paper on that, research paper on that. So it's a very important. If your idea is a completely new one, just go for patent. One thing, you just go for patent. Just go and register your idea. Because if you go for a journal, next content is journal. If you are not going for patent, but better to go for patent. If not, you can go for journals. Again, journals are reputed journals, right? Journals are reputed journals. Like say it can be IEEE or ACM or Springer or whatever the journals. You can go for any reputed journals. But for reputed journals, you should have the paper, right? You should have the paper on their format, and you should submit to journal. And after submission, you have to wait for minimum of 3 to 6 months for getting response. After conducting so many peer review committee reviewing process, you will get a response back. But minimum of 6 months, is it your idea will be still novel? Again, it's a question mark, right? Within 6 months, your idea may be published somewhere, or your partial content may be published somewhere. That may be another problem. So, meanwhile, you can go for the short-term thing that is called as conferences. You can go for conferences, right? So you can go for conferences. This is where you can publish your idea in proceedings through conferences, right? So it's one more thing. It all depends upon the requirement. I will not say it's you should go for conferences. You should go for journals. But I will not say it all depends upon the researcher need or requirement. If it is your requirement, then what you do, you can go for conference and do it. else you can go for patent, else you can go for journals. It all depends. But it's better to go for the once you have the idea. If it is novel or new one, just patent it, then you proceed. Else go for conference and publish it in the proceeding. Then do something to the paper and a proper justification to the paper, and go for reputed journals. So now we have discussed something on idea in station 1. Now we start the journey. We just move on to station 2. So in station 2, I just slightly touch upon few things. There are, before you start write the paper, I was telling you, no, my problem statement is what? I want to make only one card, one man, one card in one India, right? So that is my problem statement. That is my problem. I don't want any ATM card, debit card, credit card, or employee card, or a consumer card, or Aadhaar card. I want only one card. So that should be, that card should be allowing to change whenever I grow or whenever there is a new thing happens. It should be scalable or expandable, whatever, right? So that is the type of card I want. My problem statement. So before that idea is validated, I just check my idea is already there, existing, or it is there. If it is existing, I should drop. I should definitely try to see whether 100% existing, then I should change or improvise it, or else I should find out something which can be new one, right? Now I want to convert my idea. I want to convert my idea into a paper, research paper. I want to write it. So before I write it, before I write a paper, there are different type of papers, research papers. So as I think people may have idea on this, so I may go fast. So a few things, right? Because it's a 1 hour journey, right? So there are a few papers here. So the categories are the literature review paper and theoretical research paper, then application oriented research papers, and then research papers. But coming to the technical higher education, there are 2 articles only. We do it. One is review paper and another one is research paper. So review paper is, say, I was telling you, right? So something about the problem statement, right? So one man, one card in the Indian edition. So I want to tell this overview. I'm telling about the review paper, right? What is review paper? Overview, right? I just give overview of my idea, right? One man, one card. So that I have overview, or that general study. I may study about how this is the possible. Then I just put it, and say if I find some references or inferences from other studies. That is, there are few existings available. So what I do, with the help of few existing study, I can do some comparisons. Yeah, this idea was given like this in the year 1999, and this idea was carried out and given like this in 2002, and in 2005 idea was given like this, like that. In 2020 my idea is like this. Then I do some comparisons. I just do comparisons of ideas, right, or the comparisons of the studies already carried out with my idea. So it's all the review paper, review article. So one thing you should keep in mind. One thing you should keep in mind, that is, even a layman should also know about your paper. That is the way you should write. Fine. And then research paper, coming to research paper, where you work on this article based on the novelty, right? Where you work on the paper based on the novelty, and which includes everything, right? So that is what I'm going to say now. So here you can see
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah, please.
May I ask you one question about the research paper, sir?
Yeah, please.
I have one very little doubt actually. The last one I just heard that research paper for practitioner.
Yeah.
What type of paper it is combined of? Like, means it's a series of papers. Like I heard that for some idea we can publish series of papers and like that. So what was that? Means how can be possible? How it is possible actually? What
Uh,
we do actually for that thing?
no, I think you are asking when you are doing your research.
Okay.
Maybe you are heard of try to publish some partial work of that, and
So
that
yes,
is
sir.
what you are asking,
Actually,
right?
you already told us na, that mostly we define actually that paper are like literature review paper and the main
Yeah, yeah,
research paper,
yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah, fine.
And like you categorize into four. So last one I didn't know actually. For practitioner for what means like as a PhD person or just you can say actually don't have a
No, no, no.
little
I'm
doubt.
saying it's something relevant to people who all are industry-based people.
Okay,
Who all are working industry-based people may also publish a research article. Maybe who can be a practitioners, who will be want to publish white papers or trying to publish some research article based on their work, based on their working nature. No, based on that they can publish a paper. So that is what the kind of that paper.
okay, like white paper the
Oh,
companies
yeah, yeah.
publish. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Even though as academic people, we may also combine some work with industry, like say IBM,
Hmm.
IBM, always Oracle or whatever the company is, they publish white papers. So they may also include some academic people when they're trying to collaborate and publish in papers.
Correct. I just gone through. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, so that is the way you can categorize as a practitioner's articles.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, fine. So this is what no like we have station 2 and format. Again, no, each one is a separate topic in a motion where we can do a separate workshop. Separate workshop. It's 1 day or 2 day, 5 day also. So I'm just touching upon. So when you are writing a paper, research paper, these are the content, right? You should have in mind. So one thing is introduction, always, it's again important. Then the literature review or the existing work, right? Literature, either you have a literature work or you go for existing work. One. So, and the imposed model. So somewhere you will call it as a proposed model. Then the results and discussion, and conclusion and references. So these things you should keep in mind always. These should the general format of research papers. So here you can see you should put what, why, when, how, because it's very important. When you are start writing each and every statement, you should keep in mind you are writing for someone who all are evaluating your paper. They should understand. And similarly, and that statement, for that statement you should put what, why, how. Then you just start writing it. That is what it's a general format. I just want to. This is the anatomy of the scientific paper, and I just tell you, right? So this is the anatomy, right? So you just keep in mind. So the title, abstract, introduction, importantly the results, discussion, the methods and references. All these are the content that should be there in as any paper, that research paper, scientific paper. And here you can see, as I was telling you, right, the introduction structure. Uh, uh, you should ask what is known, right? What is known, what is unknown, and how and why. So these are the three things that should come in the introduction. So what is known, right? So like say if how far the card, one man, one card. No, so how far for this problem statement, how far the existing world is, right? Or how far the existing world is towards this, and what is the gap between your novelty idea and already existing one. So these things that you should tell, and how we can fill these gaps. So all this should come in as an introductory part, the introductory structure. I just tell you, right, some steps. So this is what. So why? The introduction, you should ask why. And literature review, you should ask the method how. So literature review based on this, how you are trying to propose it, how you are carrying out based on the existing work. And then result is what you are trying to produce the result based on the method. Then discuss the result. Based on the result, you're trying to discuss, this is what happened, this is what will be the final outcome, and you just conclude it. So this is what the thing that should come in the paper, research with any research paper. And then importantly, when you are writing about so the general thing, right, you should keep in mind. So one thing, right, it's very important is your title. So many people, they do mistake in title, because the title, any paper that you are creating and submitting, no, they accept your paper based on your, one thing is title, abstract, and then keywords, and then your references. So these are the four important things you should know. So first thing I was telling you, right, know your audience. Always ask what, why, how for each sentence that you are writing, and there should not be any ambiguity. All statements that you are writing should be very clear and precise. And any peer committee or reviewing people, they should understand what you are trying to convey. Else they will either simply reject it. There is no clear understanding from your content, or your work is not up to the level, or your work is not at all suits for your journal or for our journal, or everything is should be rephrased or something, they will say and simply reject. So that is very important. That is very important. So you're knowing the audience and write each and every sentence. But that is again your biggest problem. Writing the sentence itself is the biggest problem, right? That no other option, right? No other option. Saying that you publish in a very good journal, right? Very reputed journal. It adds you, right? The grade adds you. So that says who you are. That is important, right? So you should keep in mind one. And imagine your research as telling a story. So you start